Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Behind the Lens, where we speak to the fighters taking part in CSL 007. And today we have Matt Rose, will be taking his fight against Omar Ibrahim in a huge welterweight bout. So, without further ado, let's get started. How are you doing, Matthew, today?
Not too bad. Yourself?
Yeah, all good, all good. But today's obviously all about you. And the question is, how has training camp been for you in the lead up for this fight?
Um, it's been hard. We obviously after my last fight, we've took it a step up.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, okay, I've got two new people in, and they're doing bits, and it's going well.
Yeah. Is there anything in particular that you've been working on? Let's take a step back anyway. So you mentioned how you had that fight previously. Then things didn't work out. What have you changed in this training camp, for example?
Well, I think the more the last fight, I weren't able to show what I could have done.
Mm-hmm.
It being stopped in 17 seconds, and I went into that fight obviously with my face surgery and stuff, and it weren't a good idea. But so obviously, I'm just thankful this time round it's going to be longer than 30. Well, hopefully it'll be longer than 17 seconds. And
Mm-hmm.
so,
I mean, speaking of obviously the previous fights as well, and just in general, I mean, obviously one big thing going into these fights is the mental side of things, and obviously coming off the back of a defeat as well, it's never easy. Have you kind of been, looking at challenging yourself, that sort of thing? Have you looked at speaking with people that kind of can help you on that front, or is it just a thing of, listen, I didn't have enough time to show what I can prove, and I'm going to show you exactly what it's about on the
yeah,
14th of
this
October?
time round, I'm definitely going to show what I can do and what me and my team have worked on,
Hmm.
what we're training to do. And obviously, mental side, like I've lost a few, I've got back up, I've got back in the ring. It's the same again.
Mhm.
It's going to be a different result. I'm going to be victorious this time round, and I can't wait.
Of course. I mean, obviously, the aim is the 14th of October. That is what everything that you've been working for will be all about. But are there any plans for the rest of the future? I mean, this year, next year, are there any fight plans? Do you want to get out again, or is it just a case of let's just take one fight at a time?
No, so this
Just waiting for Matthew to come back, who will be coming back shortly. But in the meantime,
I don't know
obviously,
what happened there.
no, that's all right. I was just saying to the live audience
Oh,
that the connect.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, I can't hear you.
1 second. Can you hear me now?
Hello.
You connected to the audio? Right. In the meantime, ladies and gents, whilst he sorts out his audio side of things, he's fighting Omar Ibrahim, who hasn't actually fought on CSL 007 before. So it's a fight that both fighters need to win. Obviously, Matthew's coming into this with a 0-2 record. Omar Ibrahim's looking for his debut. So both fighters have a lot to prove. But here's Matthew again. So let's hear from him. Can you hear me now, Matthew?
Yeah, I can hear you now. My time.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
Perfect, perfect. So yeah, the question I was saying was, obviously coming into this sort of fight, obviously is the aim, but are there future plans? What have you got for the rest of the year, 2024? What can we see from you?
So in October, I've got the one on October 14th,
Hmm.
CSL, and then I've got one October 21st and the 22nd.
Wow.
So I'm more focused on the 14th October against Omar because that's the next one. And then after that, I'll focus on the others, but I'm not quite too sure what I'm doing afterwards.
Hmm.
Hopefully, if there's fights out there, then I'll take them.
Of course, of course. I mean, you mentioned Omar. Do you know too much about your opponent? I mean, obviously he's making his debut on the CSL, so you might not know too much about him. But have you heard any rumors, any murmurs in the training camp, anything like that?
No, not apart from that. He lives in Manchester. That's all I know.
Sounds like he's a bit local with your accent, but I mean, I don't know. Where are you from, if you don't mind me asking?
From Stratford upon Avon.
Okay, it's not too far from me, to be fair, so it's local. Obviously, you'll be seeing Omar on the 1st of October at the photo shoot. And of course, the 14th of October for you people out there who are watching, make sure you get your tickets. Message Matthew, message myself, message CSL. We need everyone to be there. I mean, there's another question as well that's kind of floating around this as well, and that is obviously boxing itself. Obviously, there's a lot of fighters in the pro game that do this professionally, so this is what it's all about for them. Whereas yourself, you obviously do this alongside working and other commitments. And how have you found that, training intensely for this fight alongside other commitments in your day life?
Obviously, for this fight in particular, since obviously the September 2nd, I've pushed everything aside. I've took time off work. I'm not really uploading on TikTok. I'm not really on social media. I'm just more focused on this time around, doing everything I can to be victorious.
No, of course, and it sounds like you're definitely making those changes compared to your previous fights. I mean, taking time off work is never easy when it's busy, that sort of thing at work. But if you're taking that time, it
We're
clearly
quite
shows.
quiet,
Yeah,
so
it clearly shows you're taking this seriously, which is a good omen, I'd say, going into this fight. But obviously, we're going to be finishing up very, very soon. Have you got a final message for Omar before you step into the ring on October 14th?
can't wait to have fun, and it'll be a great fight.
Of course. And have you got any messages for your fans as well and your supporters?
Just make sure you buy your tickets. You're not going to want to miss this one, and yeah, that's about it.
That is about it. So listen up, people. Like we said, if you haven't already bought your tickets, make sure to message Matt. Make sure to message myself or CSL. Get your tickets. There aren't a lot left. You do not want to miss this one because it is Matthew Rose versus Omar Ibrahim in a huge bout. But for now, we're going to say au revoir. And until next time, peace.